It's because a homeless person has no money. But if a working class person did something like that, someone that has money, they will go to jail for sure. It's that corrupt, bro. The mayors, they pocket all the damn money. They don't do shit. It doesn't seem like things are getting solved here. There's a lot of problems here. It seems like what are we even paying taxes for? Why are we paying taxes? We know we're paying taxes so that mayors and governors and people that work for the city, police, people that are hired by the city, hired by the government, they can have a decent living wage. Decent job. And the police are only there to extort more money for that government. So that's how corrupt LA is. That being said, the police will leave you alone. They will leave you alone as long as your shit is all good. You registered your car, they don't even talk to you. Your car is clean, they don't talk to you. You have a decent, basically you have to drive around with a nice car in LA, because if you have a shitty car, like a really junker, you'll get stopped all the damn time because your light will go out, your brake lights, your whatever. You have to have your car and your vehicle like almost perfect. The lights have to be good. All kinds of shit. Let me pause for a damn second and get some of this goodness here. It's getting pretty dry in California. It's getting pretty dry in California. Alright, so that's the law side of California. The police, the law enforcement is the biggest problem. Now here's another thing of Los Angeles. If you're a corrupt individual, corruption is big business in California. One of the best businesses in California is corruption. Now, I'm talking about legal corruption, where it's legal to steal from people. They have these things where they call it, you have a license to steal. And that's what California does. California gives people the license to steal. Now, it costs money to do that. You need to pay for these licenses, and you need to get certified and all this crap, and just basically you have to pay the city a lot of money to get these licenses to steal. A business that steals the most, there's a lot of businesses in LA County that steal a lot, and people are not educated with this, so people get screwed in California like nobody's fucking business. If you have a job in California, you gotta make sure that you're making about $1,200 a week. And you gotta avoid almost everything. You have to avoid a lot of things like the plague in California. Buying a brand new car in California is a necessity, and it's also one of the things you have to avoid. So how the fuck is it a necessity, and how is it something that you have to avoid at the same time? Number one, the biggest crooks, well, not the biggest crooks is the government. But the second biggest, not the second biggest, but one of the, there's a lot of damn corrupt crooks in LA County. and it's big business. You have to learn. The thing is, you can't be a good person, a good moral person in Los Angeles. If you are like a Christian or a Buddhist or a Muslim, someone trying to be peaceful and having a godly life where you have charity and all that shit and you're only honest, you're gonna join the people in Skid Row. Because the people, the homeless and the people in Skid Row, they're some of the nicest people you will ever meet in your life. Yeah, a lot of them are mentally ill because they couldn't fucking take it. They were good their whole fucking life. They were honest. They tried to work for someone and they tried to make an honest living. Guess what? They fucking went homeless. You have to be corrupt in Los Angeles. And I'll show you how to be corrupt legally. You have to be legally corrupt. This is why I don't trust laws, because they could say, "Oh, it's illegal. Let's pass this law." They're very crooked with the way they pass laws. They say, "You know what? We notice that these criminals, most of the time, watch, I'll show you how they'll do a law right now, and I'll make you think that it's an actually good idea." This is how they do it. You know what? Most people that rob at night, they're wearing black hoodies and they're wearing black clothing. And they have black masks on. They're always covered in black at night. So we're going to make it illegal for you to wear black. And people are like, alright, that sounds good. And boom, they just made it illegal for you to wear black. And if they see, and they don't stop the crime, because then the criminals will start wearing dark blue. But regular people that have a job and they want to wear a black shirt, they get caught with a black shirt and they say, "Oh, well, here's $1,000 fine." Like, just for wearing black, you're not arresting me or anything? No, we're going to give you $1,000 fine for wearing black. And that's how the city makes money. It's also how they make homeless people. So, if you're from another country and you're trying to make it in Los Angeles County, there are so many places you can go. You could go all the way to the west of LA, you could go all the way to the east of LA, south of LA, and also the north of LA. North LA is more, I would say, more whitish. More white, poor people that are trying to be rich. South LA is a lot of black people there. So, and there's also a lot of Mexicans there too, which you're going to find more Mexicans than black. But if you do find black people, they're going to be in South LA. They're all over the damn place, but there's a lot of them there. You can notice them. You'll notice that, oh, there's a spike of black people here. You don't see that many Mexicans. You're going to see Mexicans everywhere. North, south, everything. You're going to see more whites in North LA, and you're going to see more blacks in South LA. East LA, you're gonna see more Asians. So, and West LA is the beaches. So you're gonna see, that's where you're gonna see a mix of cultures. You're gonna think a lot of the rich people are white in by the beaches, but actually a lot of them are like Armenian and like from, I don't know what the hell you call that, Middle Eastern? Indian? From India? From Arabic countries, I suppose. Or Persian countries. I don't really know. But they're there. And there's a diversity of rich people. They're not all white. You're gonna see white people there. but the white people are going to work there, but they're going to be living in other places of the world. So, I mean, other places of LA. So, and Mexican is on every part of those. So the majority is Mexican, but you're going to see concentrations of other races everywhere else. South, blacks. North, whites. West, like Armenian and whatever, and white. Armenian and white. And then East is going to be Asians and Mexicans. Asian Mexicans. South is blacks and Mexicans. North is mainly white and a little bit of Mexicans, maybe some Armenians. And then West is like white, Mexican, Armenian. It's very diverse, bro. You can't really pin one thing in Los Angeles, but that's the majority, to get a little sense of what is there, just so some people want to know where you fit in. Because if you try to go to North Hollywood and you're like black and you're from the streets and stuff like that, you're gonna get the cops called on you all the damn time if you're in North LA. So you gotta know where you fit in Los Angeles. Usually somewhere in the middle is okay. And where the hell was I going with this crap? Alright. So there's a lot of corruption in LA. You have to be corrupt. Buying a new car in LA is a dumb idea, but it's a necessity. You need to have a car that is running good and that passes smog. Because every 5 years or every 2 or 3 years, you have to get your car smog tested. So if you have a shitty car, you have an old car, and it does not pass smog, you're going to be paying thousands of dollars to fix it. So what people do in LA County is they get a very new car. They get new cars, but that's where the fucking crooks come out. The crooked government making it so that you need to drive a new car. They don't say in any of their laws that you have to drive a new car. The only laws is that your car has to pass smog every 2 years. So that law that says your car has to pass smog or else you can't register it, that means basically telling you it's illegal to have a shitty car. It's illegal to have an old clunker. Because after certain years, cars don't pass smog. You have to, and there's no replacement parts for those old cars. So what you got to do in LA is you have to have a new car or a newer car. The thing you have to do in LA is you have to make a lot of damn money. Because the laws are so fucking expensive. Living in LA, the corruption is so strong, you have to know how to live here. You need a good car. You need to register it every fucking year. And you have to avoid running red lights. You have to avoid getting tickets. You have to avoid the police. Because they just take your money. Oh, you ran a red light? Pay $600. That's extortion. Oh, you crossed the double white line, which is a painted line on the street. Oh, and there's nobody around, and it's 3 a.m. in the morning, and the cop was hiding. Here's a ticket for $400. Extortion. Oh, you went 50 on a 40, which was downhill, but there's a cop waiting at the bottom of the hill. Here's a $400 ticket. Extortion. Oh, you didn't register your vehicle? Steal your car. Now you gotta pay your registration and you gotta pay the impounding fees in 1 day. Extortion. Now, You have to avoid the police like the plague, and you have to really freaking not get caught doing shit. Because they'll just extort you like crazy. They will never put you in jail, but they will extort you, and you got to pay your fucking taxes. You got to pay your taxes, and you got to make sure that you're legit with your taxes, because they'll take your house, brother. The first thing they'll come at you is what you got. What do you got? Oh, you didn't pay your taxes for 10 years? Well, we're going to charge you a certain amount per year plus interest. So now you owe us $1 million in taxes. And guess what? You don't have money for a lawyer, so we're going to start a lien on your house. So it's very corrupt in LA. Government is fucking... it's corrupt. So the businesses have to be corrupt also. So the dealership, the car dealership, these bastards are like, all right, so the government is making it illegal for people to own old cars. So now they need new cars. Thank you. We're going to give them these cheap cars, which are $16,000 for a car. $16,000 for a shitty basic new car. And we're gonna slap 22 freaking percent interest on that bastard. And you're like, 22% interest? That's pretty damn good. 22% APR, so let me see the math. Let's say 10% is $1,600. So 22 should be about $3,200 that I have to pay for that car. Wrong. 22% APR, annual percentage rating, annual percentage rate. Yeah, annual percentage rate. So you're paying 22% of 16 of